Welcome everybody, and I want to welcome people. We're streaming via YouTube as well, so I'm looking at a Zoom screen. Obviously, the people I can see here, you're all looking at a Zoom screen as well. But also what I'd like to do is I'd like to welcome people who are watching this as a recording. So welcome to everybody. So my name is Bill Cope. I've been involved in this conference since it began. I am one of the founders of Common Ground. We've been doing this for a long time now, and this conference has been going for quite a few years. I'm just trying to think what number it is. We've actually, it's been going a lot of years anyhow. So thank you all for being here. I work at the University of Illinois, and as I say, I'm involved in Common Ground. I've been involved for a while. Common Ground's a not-for-profit. We're based in an office on the university campus in the research park at the University of Illinois. You might be able to tell from my accent that I'm originally from Australia. We were in Australia when we founded this, and when we that we've sort of moved to the US when some of the principal players in Common Ground moved to the US as part of their academic life, which is that's why I'm here now. So listen, what we're going to do in this session, just to give you a quick overview of the session. I'm still admitting people as they come in. What we're going to do in the session is I'm going to talk a little bit about the conference, both in terms of its themes and the format. Then I'd like to get you folks to introduce yourselves. I mean, I'd like to know who you are. The people who are here live, that is. The people who are watching this as a recording or watching it on YouTube, obviously you won't be able to jump in quite the same way. And then Kayla, who works with us at Common Ground, Kayla Ryan, who's there on your Zoom screen, is going to give you a little walkthrough of the platform that we've built. So firstly, the conference. There can't be there can barely be a more important issue than this question of sustainability, how we as human beings live in the environment, which is not just ours. It's something that we have to respect and live with, and perhaps develop different orientations. And one of the words that captures this idea of orientation is the word sustainability. We've got to stop hurting the environment that we live in, and how do we build these more productive both-way relationships in that environment. And of course, there are lots of definitions of sustainability. It's also a fraught concept, a difficult concept, a concept that's used in sometimes cynical kinds of ways. So over the years, this conference has tried to thrash out these issues. And just to give you a little bit of a sense of the overall organization, it's a kind of we call it a research network. There's the conference every year, which since COVID has become both online and in person. So it's a blended conference. And there's the journal and there's the book series. And the idea is to build a knowledge community which is systematic, which produces stuff. So in a way, the conference presentations, a lot of which are recorded, by the way, I'll talk about that in a second, become kind of a legacy artifact that's produced. And the journal is, of course, formal peer-reviewed knowledge making, and the book series also is that as well. So we've built up quite a remarkable body of work over the years, and I really encourage folks to use that body of work. I mean, one of the ways in which you acknowledge your peers in academia is via citation. So if you go to the bookstore, and actually I might get you to put in a link to the bookstore, Kayla, while I'm talking. There's a remarkable body of work there which should be used, and hopefully a lot of what you're talking about, presenting on, discussing at the conference, will also go into that body of work going forward as well. But also as members of the research network, you have access to all that material via your subscription, both the books in ebook format and the journal articles as well. Thanks there, Kayla, thanks for putting that link. And that tells me actually that since we began this, we've published 1,623 books and journals, including 21 books. So it's quite a remarkable body of work there. And one thing I want to do when you take that link is direct you to, 1,623 publications is a bit overwhelming, but the advanced search works quite effectively there. So yes. So that's a quick introduction. I want to thank the people. I've got to thank a few people. Firstly, obviously, Kayla and the Common Ground team, who do a marvelous job of holding things together. So I want to start by thanking them. I also want to thank the folks at the University of Ljubljana. I'm afraid I'm not there. I'm in Illinois. I would love to be there, but Philip Kalantzis is there, and so we do have representatives there. I'm just looking now at the local conference committee, and I don't know whether I can see, is anybody from the local conference committee in this group? I don't think so, actually. So presumably we'll be seeing them in the virtual presentations and in the in-person presentations as well. And also I want to thank the local organising committee who've been really fantastic in helping us pull this conference off. And also I want to thank our two conference chairs. We have two research network chairs, and I don't think he's here. I can't see them either, but they'll probably be somewhere I'll see this recording later, or you'll see them at the conference, or you'll see them. One is Dr. David Humphreys, who is a professor of environmental policy at the Open University in the United Kingdom, who's been a stalwart supporter of this research network and leader of this research network for a number of years. And also we have a Spanish language stream, which is Jose Gutierrez Perez, who's a professor at the University of Granada in Spain. Just to give you a little bit of a sense of the conference, we have 122 people registered in person. We have about 40 who are registered online in English, and in Spanish we have 17 people who are on site, 30 online. So what's that? That's over 200 people actually at the conference. You won't see them all at once, and some are online and some are in person. One of the things we ask people though, please, when you go to one of the online sessions, and we've actually there are 120 pieces of digital media. So of the 200 people, 120, some of the people who are in person haven't given us digital material yet. Please do, actually. But a lot of the people who are in person have given us digital material. So the online manifestation of the conference has 120 pieces of digital media. So a little plea that we make is when you go to that place, leave a comment. I mean, the interaction, sometimes in an in-person conference, there isn't much space for conversation, but in an online conference, we have as much space as you want to take. So as much as you like, and as often as you like. So please do that. And so even if you're in person at the conference, go to the digital stuff. You might have gone to an in-person session, but go to the digital version of it and make some comments, or just make some comments anyhow on that particular page. And that, for kind of asynchronous interaction, each of those comments triggers an email. So in other words, the person who is the presenter will get a message, and hopefully that can be a way of sustaining the interaction. So don't worry if there's nobody there when you go there online, because there's this asynchronous interaction that's triggered by emails. I think they're the main kind of introductory things about the themes and about the architecture of the conference. Kayla, is there anything that you think I've missed there before we?
No, I think that's all.
Okay, great. All right, so look, I'd like to know, and I'm sure you'd all like to know, who each of you is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the room. If you can't say anything, please just maybe make a comment in the chat, or if you don't have a microphone, or if you're in a noisy Starbucks, or all the things that are possibilities, just tell me. And also, so I think some of you will be in person and some of you will be online. So I'm going to just go around the room and get you each briefly to introduce yourselves. And while you're doing that, if you are presenting, Kayla will bring up a link to your presentation. So there's a kind of a little taste of what's going to be happening in the conference. So if you don't mind, I'll go around the room, and as I say, if you don't want to speak or you can't speak, just say so. And I'll go around my Zoom tiles and ask each of you to say something. So the first one I have is, I think it's two names together, Litya Simpson. You're my first tile. you happen to be the lucky person who I can see first.
Okay, now a very good morning to you.
Yep.
A very good morning to you all from New Zealand. My name is Lytia Simpson, and I've had a career in tertiary training, non-university. And so when retiring, I'd been very handy helping non-profit organizations, small community groups with their proposals and business plans and that. And then I came around a project on waste management. So I put it through for circular economy. And so now I am a PhD candidate in economics for Massey University in New Zealand.
Wonderful and welcome. And I'm guessing you might be in New Zealand and not in Ljubljana. So it's great to have you at the conference. And yeah, and there's a link there that Kayla's put to your presentation, a stockade of circular economy progress and strategy in the Pacific, SIDS, and evolutionary governance analysis of 3 nations. So very, very interesting kind of specific work that you're doing there. And I noticed encouragingly there have been 71 engagements already. So 71 people have been to your page, which is very, very, very nice. But please, folks, don't leave a page without leaving a comment. So it's a way for people to interact a bit. So welcome and great to have you here, Lydia. The next one that I can see, Shubi has put up their hand. So I will get you to go next, Shubi, rather than call you out because yeah. So over to you. No, I can't hear Shubi, so I might move on to my next tile.
I see they've posted in the chat.
Oh, they're posted in the chat. Master Shubi. Okay, welcome, Shubi. Great to have you here. Hope you find it a rewarding and interesting conference. This is the great thing about these online things. There's someone from New Zealand, now there's somebody in India. And now we're going to move to, oh yeah, network's not stable. Fair enough. No, that's also part of this. This universe, but hopefully it's stable enough to be you'd be able to interact. The next one is Mai Quinn Wei, if I've pronounced that correctly.
Hi, this is Mei Qing Wan. Thank you. And I am an art historian. I teach at Cal State University Northridge. So I'm actually in Los Angeles now. And I'm quite new to the platform here, so I'm still figuring my way out actually how to follow, how to listen to a presentation I want to. So I'm still learning. I'm hoping to get some demo today. And yeah, and my research, I'm primarily research on socially engaged art. And in the past 2 years, I have developed a great interest in ecological art or eco art. And that's by nature is about sustainability, about human-nature relationship. And so I'm looking forward to learn from other presentations. Thank you.
Wonderful. And, look, one of the characteristics of this conference, by the way, is that it's cross-disciplinary. So it's great to have somebody who's a professor of art history at a sustainability conference, because, and again, this whole thing about how you engage your work, how you engage in the activism of that's required in these kinds of environments. So that's so again, what we've done with the sustainability notion is taken a cross-disciplinary approach where we're taking a critical social issue and looking at it from these multiple perspectives. And what we find is there are these remarkably important crossovers. So one of the things I want to encourage people to do is go to presentations that you wouldn't perhaps not normally have gone to in the discipline area that you normally work within. So it's a great opportunity to do that. And I can see your presentation there has had 95 engagements already. So that's great. Congratulations, lots of interest. Okay, the next one going across my tiles is and it's I'm not sure of the name, it's Panilla. You might be able to, people write short versions or long versions or different versions of their name in these processes, in these Zoom things. So anyhow, over to you. Introduce yourself.
Hi, thank you very much. My name is Pernille Eskerud. I come from Denmark, but I am now permanently in Vienna, Austria, where I'm a full professor in an American university, Webster University. And I have been working with sustainability in the context of project management. I'm within management and see sustainability from a strategic and managerial perspective.
Right.
I have before worked with the green certificates within the hotel industry, but for this conference, which is the first time I attend, I have with a bachelor student of our university worked with labels or certificates within the food industry and more specifically within the seafood segment.
Right.
And I have done our presentation, but I have not been able to record it yet. I will do it and upload it before we start tomorrow morning. And I'm
Yes, please do, please do. Are you attending the conference in person or you're
no, online only,
online?
unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd say the same thing no matter what, which is
We'll
give people a chance to
Yes.
see what you're saying. And look, this question is important because, you know, one of the questions is, are the sustainability or the environmental pleas that are made in advertising trustworthy? You know, and what's the nature of that rhetoric? I mean, is there a conflict between commercial interest and the environmental interest? So these are really, really important topics. So it sounds like you're digging down into the specifics of the food industry there. So that's great.
So, yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, next person that I have is Rita Saylor.
Can you hear me?
Very well.
Okay. So I'm Rita. I'm from Switzerland. I work at Agroscope, which is the research center of the agriculture sector in Switzerland, and it's affiliated with the Federal Office of Agriculture. So basically, I work for the government. And in one of my projects, we're looking into how to measure sustainability. And we have realized that there is one pillar of sustainability, which is social sustainability, that we do not really know how to measure it. And this is particularly in the agriculture sector, or to be more specific, at the farm level. So I am responsible of looking into social sustainability at the farm level and how can we possibly measure it. And I have a study which is prepared, and I will be presenting it I think on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, between 8 and 9 a.m. And I will be in person in Ljubljana University.
Great. Well, that's wonderful. And I just, and you've got to put some digital media in there as well. So if you get a chance to record the session as soon as possible, if you would, because that gives the online people a chance to see it. But also, look, if somebody's at another session, can't go to yours, it's a way to see the work. And also the other thing is it's a record, you know, which is if somebody wants to go back and, oh, somebody said something interesting, I need to think about it again. It's good to have it on the record. So, but anyhow, look, in terms of the topic, nothing can be more important. And one of the, you're absolutely right. One of the questions about social sustainability is it's less tangible than the materiality of environmental sustainability. So the question is, of measurement then becomes a really important and challenging one. So that's a great topic, an important topic. So thank you for that. Now, the next one I have is Spivos, which I probably pronounced incorrectly.
Welcome, everyone. Yeah, Sivos. Okay. Sivos. But it's okay. I'm happy to be there. I'm from Hungary. Unfortunately, I will be available just online at the event. I deal with financial cases, and that's why my presentation is about sustainability and finance. So I will talk about our sustainable future in a financial and economic aspect. especially I prepared some cases about taxation, and my topic deals with mainly sustainability and taxation. I'm a PhD candidate in Hungary at the University of Pécs. This is my 4th year. This is my last PhD year. And next to this, I am an advisor at the Hungarian Supreme Court of Justice. So I'm really happy to be here, and I really looking forward to hear many of the presentations.
Thank you very much. Yes, and we need to get you to put your presentation online. So one of the things about this, obviously, is that finance drives so much of the world, that these are really fundamental issues. How one builds, sort of monetary measures and forms of accountability and processes of finance which are supportive of these sustainability objectives. So this is pretty foundational stuff. So thank you very much for being here and contributing that to the discussion.
Thank you.
Okay, the next person I have is Kevin John Mandela. How are you?
Hello. Hello, everyone. I'm Kevin from the Philippines. I am currently a senior professor for the De La Salle College of St. Benil, Pasay Senior High School, but also working as a program coordinator. So basically, I'm a teacher, but at the same time, I'm a PhD student, a PhD candidate in De La Salle University, Manila. So I'll be joining online, but I presented a digital media about the localized sustainability discussion of women's security in a local setting here in the Philippines, because women empowerment and rural empowerment among women is the issue that has been placed on the sidelines here in the Philippines. So I intended to share a topic about measuring local sustainability in terms of entrepreneurial opportunities and economic opportunities for women. And I am really hoping that it will be a springboard for a dissertation, which will happen the next term here in the school year here in the Philippines. But for now, the data I have with me is already a action research that I was able to share and accepted here in this platform. Thank you.
Great. And look, hopefully, in terms of your ongoing project, which is a significant one, an important one, and sounds like it's grounded in the specifics of local community, which is really, really important. Hopefully the discussions around the online platform of your work now, but also the peer review process. So I really want to encourage you, if you want to put it in as a journal article, that's sort of a formalized, systematic process of feedback leading to publication. And that can be very helpful while you're working on a PhD. You've got a community of scholars that are contributing as well as your advisor. So anyhow, welcome. Great to have you here. What a great range of countries. No two people in the same country yet, am I right? Have I got that about right? So that's a sign of the times. Okay, next one is Frankia Santos.
Hello, good evening, everyone. So I am Francia Santos from De La Salle University, Manila, Philippines. So hello to Mr. Kevin John Mandela. Nice to meet you here. So I'm really grateful that my proposal has been accepted in this conference. So it's really great to be with like-minded people. So the proposal is entitled Greening Marketing Mix or Greenwashing, Effects on Brand Affinity and Implications on Environmental Issues and Authentic Sustainability. So I'm also one of the global sustainability coordinators. So that's the GSFN, Global Sustainable Futures Network. I'm not sure if you have come across that one. So that's actually the network wherein it gave me this link, to be able to join the CGScholar. So thank you so much for the opportunity.
Wonderful, and it connects with the discussion we had a moment ago about food labeling as well, which is what of these declarations of sustainability can be trusted, and how do you evaluate them? So yeah, great topic and nice crossovers there. I can see people are very interested in your work already. You've got to put some digital media in because a couple of 35 people have been and looked at the topic, but we want them to become engaged. Okay, the next one that I have is Joe Bailey. How are you, Joe?
Maureen, I'm from New Zealand as well. Can you hear me?
Yes, very well.
Oh, you can. Okay. I'm a recent PhD graduate from the University of Western Sydney. I'm going to be presenting online my findings of why young New Zealanders have made their consumption choices in response to environmental destruction. So that's what I'll be doing.
Great, it's good to have you. I've just taken the link. So people, planet and consumption, how young New Zealanders are responding. So, the question is, what's going to change? Is there reasons, causes for optimism in a generational sense? So I can see you've got your digital media in there and 78 people have been there already. So a really important topic. So folks,
Thank you.
Session. So, and good to have a second person from New Zealand, 2 from Philippines, 2 from New Zealand. And the next one is Lila Wada. Probably, I'm certain I've got that wrong.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, Leela Kumar Katiwada. Hi, everybody. My name is Leela Kumar Katiwada. I'm originally from Nepal, but I work and live in South Bend, Indiana, USA. I'm a senior research associate with the University of Notre Dame. And I mostly work in international development. And my major research focus is sustainability of development projects at local level. Every year, billions and billions of dollars are spent for the development of poor communities in developing countries. But the problem is most of the time, oftentimes, whatever the donor is spent, if you go back in those communities after 2 or 3 years, you don't find much, meaning there are like a lot of impacts of those money they spend. I'm mostly doing research focusing what are the factors that promote sustainability of those projects. Those projects are implemented in health, in education, agriculture, water and sanitation, and so on, right? But when you go after 2 or 3 years, if they form any group, those groups start breaking down. If they install any drinking water system, people don't able to fix if it breaks down. So I try to find the factors affecting sustainability of those projects. And I'm presenting a case of Malawi that we recently did an evaluation there. And I'm doing in-person presentation in Ljubljana. I just arrived a couple of hours ago. This is my first time in Europe. I wanted to see Europe, and at the same time, I wanted to do an in-person presentation. Most of my research that I'm doing are in Africa and Asia. And this is first time in Europe. It's great to see you all. I'm really excited. Yeah, I think that's all for now. And tomorrow is my presentation. And I have one question. I already uploaded my presentation in the media center, but there are some formatting change. Can I upload new version? Yeah, that's my question.
Kayla, Kayla will look after that. So Kayla, let's help Leela with that. Okay. So I'll just leave that on your agenda to be sure that we help him.
Yeah, so you said you wanted to upload a new version of it?
Yeah, I already uploaded, and I want to replace that.
Yeah. If you upload the new version, I'll make sure that one ends up there, and I'll remove the old one.
So I will send to you, or I can replace that.
If you re-upload through the digital media portal,
okay,
it's the same as the first time.
All right. Yeah.
I'll make sure the portal stays open.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, now next one is Frederica Panzarella. How are you? Are you there? There? I can't
She's
see.
traveling. She cannot speak. She mentioned it, actually.
Okay, let's move on. Shubi, I know can't because Shubi is, I think, in India with a bad connection, so that's no problems. Thanks for introducing. Oh, right. Sorry, I missed the chat. Still traveling. Yep. Sorry. I missed that. I just saw the comment. So thank you. Sorry about that. Okay. Now, the next one is Maria Dolores Donera. How are you, Maria? And in the meantime, Frederica's presentation's been linked by Kayla, dealing with the immeasurable asset-based approaches to sustainability and environmental management. Another one of those absolutely foundational topics. If we can't get this stuff right, we won't be playing the game. So great that was there. And the next one, Maria is the Courtyard, past, present, and future. Oh, how interesting. Architecture student from the University of Malaga in Spain. So wonderful. Laura Kainimi. I probably got that wrong. Laura, are you there?
Yes, just a sec while I start my video. I think it's on now. Yes, actually, you pronounce it perfectly. So my name is Laura Kainemi. And I'm a postdoctoral researcher at Lutz University in Finland. My background might be a little dark because it's 6:30 here and the sun set several hours ago. So it's very dark over here. My area is sustainability transitions. And I have a rather varied background myself because I did my master's in environmental economics. And then I have a PhD in energy technology. I mainly work with transition theories, and I'm currently working on, and I have a presentation at the conference in online format about sustainable lithium-ion batteries. So how to increase the circularity of lithium-ion battery materials instead of getting virginal materials. And it's a joint research with the business faculty. So we're trying to address several different aspects of sustainability, from economic to social and environmental sustainability. So when we heard about this conference, we thought it was the perfect fit for us and to present some of our work. So it's nice to be participating.
Excellent and wonderful to have you here. And you know, the lithium ion thing, I think a lot of us are ignorant and need to know more, and there's a lot of talk about it, so it'll be great. It's great to have that, an expert, you as an expert, talking about that particular issue of sustainability, and particularly the issue of how it becomes, economically, how economic good sense can align with the environmental issues and the science. So that's wonderful to have you here. So I'm moving now on to Erkan Hoskara.
Hello, everyone. I'm from Cyprus. Actually, I'm working in Eastern Mediterranean University as an associate professor doctor, and I will attend in-person session tomorrow. I'm in Ljubljana at the moment. So my research topic is related with sustainable construction, and especially I'm focused in energy issues, renewable energy for buildings and energy efficiency in buildings, and the policies and strategies for energy efficiency in buildings, especially at local level. And my presentation will be related with northern part of Cyprus tomorrow, energy policy for northern Cyprus in buildings. Okay. Thanks.
Great. Well, northern Cyprus is one of the Europe, poorer country, so and a difficult place in a whole lot of things. So yes, these are obviously very, you know, the issues of the sustainability of structures. You know, structures take a lot of energy to build and then use a lot of energy in the living. So that's a really important issue. Just, I know you're there in Ljubljana, but do, if you get a chance, sit in front of your computer and make a recording for the online people, because I'm sure there'll be many people who are interested in that as well. And even the people in person can go back to it that way, and they can also comment if they don't have time in the session. So please do that. And the next one I have is Dr. Marsden's iPhone, but maybe if you're on an iPhone, it's hard to talk. Are you able to talk, or it's a bit difficult?
I can talk, you know, but I can't turn on my cam, because what happened, you know, I just received the email about this Zoom broadcast, and I just joined. My name is Mazen Al-Sinan. I work for Saudi Aramco as a senior supply chain consultant, and I'm participating in this conference online. I'm going to present a paper on circular economy, which is basically circular procurement, to be exact, because, you know, circular economy in general could be a very important enabler for sustainability, and circular procurement could help to achieve sustainability, since the spend of the public, especially public procurement, represents a huge portion of any GPD. And by embracing circular procurement or circular economy in the procurement, this could help to achieve sustainability. I'm struggling right now because, you know, I uploaded my PowerPoint presentation, but I'm not sure when it's gonna be the time, or is it gonna be delivered through Zoom or Microsoft. I haven't received the instructions clearly, and I was trying to find out, but I couldn't.
Yes. Now, all the most sessions are asynchronous. So what you need to do is you need to upload your recording, and Kayla can help you do that. There are several synchronous sessions that are advertised. This is one, and there are several others, but mostly they're asynchronous. So yours will be an asynchronous session. So what you need to do is you need to upload it, and then people will see it in the program and log into it and comment on it in their own time. So
there won't be any live or broadcast
there will
presentation
be
like.
And they're all in the program. So if you go to the program, you'll see which ones are live. Most sessions are not live, and even the ones that are live are recorded, right? So in other words, if you can't be there at that time, there's a recording. So with online, probably you're very welcome to be there live, which is what you are now. There are a limited number of live sessions, just a few. You're very welcome to be there live, but also there's recordings. You don't have to be there. But for your session, for most of the parallel sessions, when they're online, they're asynchronous, which is you just upload a recording.
All right, thank you. Thanks a lot.
No worries. And if you have any trouble doing the uploading, again, our support team can help you do that.
No, okay. I'm done with my upload. I think I don't have any problem with uploading.
Okay, great. Excellent. Did we, I don't know whether we found that session, did we, Kayla? Because I was going to put a link. Oh, yeah, there it is. There's a link. Okay, sorry. And I can see there, embracing circular procurement. There it is now, which is great. And 33 engagements already. People are, look, these are foundational kind of economic issues, actually, and financial business issues, which often are what makes these agendas succeed or fail. So very important. Claudia,
excuse me, I have a small question, if you don't mind. Are you going to send us a certificate for attendance or participation in this conference?
Yes, I think you, Kayla, if I'm not wrong, you need to request it. Do we send it automatically, or you need to request it, Kayla?
I believe they aren't sent automatically, but you'll either be able to download it from your CGScholar account, or you can send us an email and we will.
Oh, actually, you can just download it. You're right. I've forgotten that. So you can just download it. And if you can't find where to download, if you want one, download it. But if you can't find where to download it, just send us a message and we'll help you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
No problems. Last person, I think, and I hope I haven't missed anybody. The last one of my tiles is Claudia.
Okay, hello. I'm from Mexico, and I'm studying the landscape and about the sustainability in Mexico in a rural area. That's it, I think. I think in the wrong session because they sent me the link for the session in Spanish, but I never opened. So I don't know if it are two introduction sections or only this.
Right. So what you need to do is we have support people who are working in Spanish, the Spanish subset of this research network. So just if you need any help, just contact them. And as I say, we've got 47 Spanish participants in this conference, which is very nice. Spanish speaking, Spanish language
Yes.
conference. 17 who are in Ljubljana and 30 online. So there'll be quite a lot of really good material here in Spanish. But of course, everyone has access to all English language material as well as the Spanish material in this research network, Spanish language material in this research network. So look, thank you, everybody. I hope I haven't missed anybody. I think I haven't. I think I've gone around everybody. What a great selection of a great range of things and a great range of countries. And I'm going to hand over to Kayla now, who's going to give you a quick intro to the platform where the conference occurs. So over to you then, Kayla.
All right, so I will share my screen.
And by the way, this is recorded. If Kayla, if something escapes you, you can go back and look at the recording. So yeah.
So can you see my screen?
Yep, very well.
Perfect. Okay, so first I'll show how to get to the conference microsite. So if you're on the conference website or on the On Sustainability Research Network site, you can go to the 2023 conference at the top. And then when you scroll down, there will be a link to the event microsite. The other way to get here is from CGScholar. If you're logged in the top right, it'll ask you if you'd like to log out. And if you're not logged in, it'll ask you to log in. So if you scroll down, you can go to your profile. And on your profile, there's all of your information. There's also the communities you're a part of and your peers. And we ask that you keep your profile updated, particularly your affiliation, as that's what's shown in the conference program next to your name. Also, other delegates can click on your name to view your profile and become your peer. You can also view all the communities you're a part of. I'm part of quite a few. So if we go to sustainability, we can view the sustainability community and you can see any updates that have been posted. I'll give this just a second to load. So yeah, you can see who's joined the community and any updates that have been posted, recent activity, and new publications. So going back here to my profile, there are also a few other ways from here to get to the microsite. You can go to event here at the top and you'll be able to view a list of all the upcoming conferences. You can also, from the top right, go to your events. And here you'll be able to view all your registrations. So from here, you can click on the conference and you'll be brought to the microsite. So this first page on the microsite is just some general information about the conference, like the location. You can also download the e-program here. We also have the special focus and all the annual themes listed. And there's also the link back to the conference website that we started on. So the next tab, mine says submit a proposal, but if you have a presentation, it will say your proposal and you can view it there. The next tab will be your registration and you can view your registration. I will skip over the presentations tab for now because that one's quite linked to the schedule, and I'll skip to special events. So you can view any special events here, like the conference dinner if you're attending in person. There also is the case study morning, which there is no charge for, but we ask you to please sign up so that we can get an idea of the numbers. So going back over to the presentations tab. Give this a second to load. All right, so the first tab here is the following tab, which is individual to each person and based on what presentations you've clicked follow on. And this is a really good way to curate which presentations you're interested in, which ones you'd like to go back and look at again. And it's a good way to just curate your own experience at the conference. So as you can see, I have a few that I've already followed. The next tab is the featured tab, and these are the presentations of our emerging scholars. The next tab sorts all the presentations for the conference by theme. So if there's one in particular you're interested in, you can see all the presentations that fall under that theme. The next tab sorts the presentations by type. So if you're interested in paper presentations particularly, or any other type of presentation, you can view all of those. The last tab sorts all the presentations alphabetically, which is pretty self-explanatory. So now I'll head over to the schedule. The first tab on the schedule will be the pre-conference today, which is today. So there's the session that we're currently in. If you click on the session name, you'll be brought to this page with a short description of the session, also the Zoom link. This is also where the recording of the session will be uploaded later. And so it'll just be right under the Zoom link. We'll have that uploaded within an hour or two after the session. And then there's also a discussion board here. So if you have any questions after, you can ask them here and I'll respond. Or if you can also send us a support ticket by going to the top right and going to get support. All right. So going to day one of the conference, as you can see, there are some sessions that say the university and online, and these are the sessions that will be streamed live on Zoom. So going to the conference opening, you can see the Zoom link is here. And then, so the sessions that are live are the opening and the plenary session. So as you can see, when you go to the plenary session link, you can see the description and the abstract of the presentation, then also the Zoom link. And the same as this session, there will be a recording of the session posted here in case you can't make it or if you'd like to come back to it. There's also a discussion board here, so please feel free to leave comments. Going back to day one, so as you can see, there are the in-person parallel sessions. However, we do encourage our in-person presenters, as we said, to upload digital media as well. So when you click on the session, you'll be able to see all the presentations that are in this session. And for this session, all of the presenters, those are in person, have uploaded digital media. So you can click on each presentation, and so on the presentation page, there'll be a description of the presentation, the abstract, the presenters, more details, and then also the digital media when you scroll down. So you can click to view the digital media. You can also see here the engagements. This presentation has had 111 people interested in it. So going back here, so you can view all of the presentations in this session, and then there's also the discussion board for every session, both in person and online. So the discussion board is for all of the presentation in this session rather than just one presentation individually. So if you're going to ask a question to a specific presenter, just make sure to address them. And we do this in this way so that you can make connections between the presentations and ask questions that might be for multiple presenters. So just keep that in mind. And then when you comment in the discussion board, all of the presenters in the session will receive an email notification that there's been a comment. And then if they reply to you, you'll also receive a comment, or you'll also receive an email, sorry. And then you'll also receive an email if you follow any of these presentations. So let me go back to one of these. There is the blue follow button here. And like I said, you'll receive an email if there are any updates in the session, and then it'll also go on your following tab on the presentations page. So going back here to the day one schedule, there are more in-person parallel sessions. So as you can see for this one, these presenters have not yet uploaded digital media. But let's say I'm very interested in this presenter's presentation. I can scroll to the bottom and there will be a button that says request media and follow this presentation. So once you've clicked on that button, you will receive an email once they've uploaded digital media, so you can go view your presentation, view the presentation once you can. So going back to the day one schedule, there are more parallel sessions throughout the day. And these are all similar to the previous ones. There's also the in-person welcome session. Going to day two, it's very similar. There's also a plenary session, which will be streamed live on Zoom and held in person, and then more in-person parallel sessions. On day three, there's also a plenary session, and then there is the case study morning, and then there's also a roundtable that will be held both in person and online, as well as the closing session and awards ceremony. So heading over to the online only tab, all of these presentations are asynchronous. So if you click on one of these sessions, it's quite similar to the in-person parallel sessions in the formatting of the page. You can see each presentation in this session. You can also click to view their digital media. If they don't have digital media, you can go to their page and request a digital media. And like we said earlier, we encourage you, especially with the online sessions, to participate in the discussion board, ask questions, and just engage with the presenters. So we really encourage you, anytime you do a presentation, to please leave a comment. So as you can see, there are quite a few sessions online. There's also the online poster session, which you can view the same way as the paper presentations. There are also a few online innovation showcases. So I think that was everything. Bill, did I forget anything?
I think you've said a lot at all, actually. And folks, you know, this is a reasonably accessible kind of platform, and a lot of it should be intuitive. So don't be intimidated by it. Message us if you have any problems. You can go back over this recording if you like, but it's really, I think what Kayla's done is giving you a very good sense of the way in which the online environment works. And again, I've said it a lot of times, I'm going to keep saying it. Go to online sessions, whether you're in person or online. If you're in person, please put in digital media, but never leave a page without leaving a comment. And preferably, you know, the more substantial and constructive and helpful and the comment, the better. So we really want to try and build this community engagement here as well. So, all right, folks. We're nearly at the end of the hour. Any last words? Any final questions? Any final thoughts? Oh, good. Glad you found it helpful.
I have a quick question. So if somebody leaves a comment on a presentation I follow, so I will get email notification, but will I be able to see all other people's comments for the presentation online?
Yep.
So
yeah.
they'll be okay.
And you can comment on other people's comments. You can build kind of interaction dialogue there as well. So
it'll be the same place where Kyla was showing, like a discussion. You click discussion, everything will be there.
Yeah.
All good.
Thank you.
Yeah, just one quick
yes.
thank you. I just want to say a quick thank you. This has been really helpful.
Great. That's wonderful. Thank you. And it's, as I say, it's wonderful to have you all here, and it's incredible. Look, we built this online program in a big hurry when COVID came, but one of the COVID legacies is we've got the possibility of a lot of folks here who can't travel to Ljubljana, who can participate, and also there are all sorts of benefits around more space for discussion and a record of the conference and a whole lot of good things as well. So we're making the most of the disaster we've been through over the last several years. So yeah, that's great. And I'm glad you feel that, folks. So, okay, great to see you all. Have a wonderful conference. And
thank you.
Yeah, see you all.
Bye, big thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Bye. See you.
Bye.